I'm just on here wondering if anybody's feeling the same way I'm feeling. I'm from Illinois, and I feel like the gas prices and the electric bills and the prices of food is just so overwhelming anymore. Like, I'm wondering if anybody else is feeling like they're drowning and they can't get out. I work overtime, and I cannot get above water. I mean, I literally have no gas for next week. It was either that or get a few groceries to get by. I hit my local food pantries. I'm just wondering if anybody else feels like they're drowning. But anyway, I hope everybody has a great day.
All right, look, it should be no surprise that there is an overall silence coming from the black community. Literally, America is crumbling to pieces, and you have barely heard a peep from black people. And I actually find it extremely surprising that people actually expect black people to feel sorry or feel some type of sympathy for the downfall of America. After everything that America has put us through, do you really think that we're all in silence sitting back thinking about now we can fix this shit and we can bring things back to the way they were? No and no. We do not want things to go back to the way they were. And you know what's crazy? I think a lot of people mistake this silence that's coming from the black community as a lack of awareness, as if maybe we don't know what's going on. You might see us dancing and having fun and playing around and shit still, and you might think, these niggas just don't take shit seriously. But I'll tell you what, at a certain point, niggas will stop dancing, niggas will stop singing, niggas will stop going along to get along. But we know America far too well. And we know that there's far too many traps, there's far too many booby traps, there's far too many things put in place that are meant to capture us, to catch us, to stop our forward progress. We know that most of our attempts at protest and revolution, they get quenched before they even really get started. So we just chilling, sitting back waiting. But you'll be a fool if you think that silence is a lack of awareness. And you know what? I really think that some of these people, I don't think what scares them the most is losing all that money and losing their access to certain privileges and whatnot. Of course that matters, but I think what really scares some of these people is that at a certain point of the degradation of this society, black people and other melanated peoples will feel this relief and sense that, hey, big brother's not right over my shoulder. Hey, I got a little room to groom now. And once this system starts to lose control and the people start to gain control, I think America will see a whole other side of black people that they thought didn't exist, that they thought maybe we got over. But I tell you what, there is an undeniable, unceasing fire, a burning rage, an endless series of traumatic energy that has built up over the years and years and generations. And I think the biggest fear is that one day that all that energy is going to be released back into the world. All that trauma, all that pain, all that exploitation, all those deeds that was done in the dark that maybe they thought they got away with, we have not forgotten. And I think the biggest fear is that they're going to realize that we've been wearing a mask this whole time, that we've had to pretend to get along so we can have a job, or we can do our things in society and whatever in this world, to function in this world. But we never forgot the pain, we never forgot the trauma, and we never forgot what America has done to us. So fuck no, I don't feel sorry or sympathy for what's happening to this place. And I just think that whenever the next time black people move collectively, the next time you see us do some shit, it's gonna be a power move like you ain't never seen before. Because the move is gonna be energized by generations and generations of built up traumatic energy and rage and all this frustration that we've experienced here in this country. And once we ain't got nothing left to lose or nothing left to gain, what do you think's about to happen? So all I can say is, don't take that silence coming from the black community right now as a lack of awareness. We know what's going on.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beauty. So white Americans voted for policies that hurt working people, thinking they are hurting someone else, thinking they are hurting the Black community, not knowing they are hurting themselves too. They voted for politicians, slashed social program, underfunded healthcare, and kept wages low. Now the inflation and corporate greedy are choking the country. The people who thought they were safe are realizing something. Pain has finally come for them too. Black communities have been struggling like this for generations, but when they speak up, the system told them to stop complaining. Now, some of these same white voters are crying on camera. This is not karma. This is consequences. Many of these same people backed up Trump because he would drain the swamp. But the only thing he drained was their wallets. People are waking up, crying in their cars, realizing that America doesn't care about anyone who is not rich. Anyway, guys, we'll watch some videos. When we come back, we talk more about this. Do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe to my channel to help the channel out. We'll be back.
You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the food stamp office, okay? Okay, hang on. Before I get myself worked up, I just came here to talk about how I went from literally $1,700 in food stamps for a family of 3, okay? I don't work. I stay home every day. I'm not able to work, so I should be getting the maximum amount. Especially because he needs cereal, chips, pop. He needs all that. And I need my energy drinks. So I'm not going to have this taking me down from that much. And they took me all the way down to $120. Which they didn't even tell me why. I just got this notice in here that says they were cutting me back on food stamps. So now I'm really going to have to cut back on everything. He's not going to be able to have his pop no more. He's not going to be able to have his cereal every day for breakfast and his chips that he eats all day long. Wow. Great. Thanks.
Nothing to say. There's nothing I would say or, I mean, he's not going to change. My food stamps just got taken. So I'm in a bit of a crisis here, trying to find out how I'm going to pay for food for the month. They closed my case. I think yesterday. I just found out today. So yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of people like saying, "Go Trump! Oh, yo, he's so awesome." Nothing. Wastes of life. I have no food now, so this kind of sucks. And you people still support him? Right here.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be serious about this.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone.
I voted for Donald Trump, and really starting to regret my vote because this isn't what I voted for. I voted for a lot more people to go to jail. I voted for a lot more politicians to be stripped of their power and put in prison for the crimes that they've committed against humanity. I voted for the Epstein list to come out, the full list of every politician, every bureaucrat that had anything to do with those minors.
Let's talk about the Trump supporters that are losing their jobs. Last night I was out in Chicago and these three guys started talking to me and they were all from Naperville. And they asked what I did for work and I said, oh, like I make educational content. And the guy was like, oh, are you one of those like liberals? Like, are you one of those like lefties? And he was so serious. Like he just continued to like mock me and make fun of my content. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave this conversation. And he goes, yeah, it's because of you guys that my mom just lost her job. And I was intrigued. I was like, why did your mom lose her job? What did she do for work? And he goes, oh, well, she was in the military. She's a veteran, but then she was working at this office for the last few years and they just let her go. I look him dead in the face. I'm like, do you think your mom was a DEI hire? Because veterans are a protected class. And now that they don't have to hire her anymore, then they let her go. He goes, that's so true. He doesn't believe me. He looks it up and just the color just like drains from his face. And the guy with him was a research assistant after just graduating from university. And his position was just terminated because of lack of federal funding from the federal government, which is thanks to fucking Trump. So newsflash, DEI doesn't just mean black people. So in fact, what's happening on a federal level is going to affect you too. You aren't special just because you're white. Carmen's getting them. Okay.
It's July 1st and I am short on rent again. I'm a caretaker for a disabled child and his family was supposed to pay me on Friday and they did not. I sent them a reminder text because they frequently forget and they have not acknowledged it, and I needed the bulk of that paycheck to pay my rent this month. I had a lot of extra expenses this month, so I needed like $500 of that paycheck to make my rent this month, and now I don't have it. And I know it's not that big of a deal. They'll probably remember in a day or two, and I won't even get a late fee to like the end of the week, but I just don't want to be in this position anymore. Like, I am so tired of living literally paycheck to paycheck. I'm so stressed all the time. I'm gonna have a heart attack before I turn 30. And now I don't know why I'm telling strangers on the internet. They're just gonna tell me that I'm fucking a failure or whatever.
My whole house is on Medicaid. My husband, me, our baby daughter. Okay, we're all on Medicaid. Without Medicaid, I wouldn't be able to have the birth control in my arm that I have. Without Medicaid, I wouldn't be able to have the antidepressants that I have at no cost to me. Without Medicaid, I wouldn't be able to go to therapy to continue to be the mom I am to the 3 kids and 2 separate houses that I have to do. Without Medicaid, my daughter wouldn't be able to go and get her vaccines and go and get all of the things that she needs as an 18-month-old baby. Without Medicaid, my husband wouldn't be able to go and get the medications that he needs and the treatment that he needs for his disability. Without Medicaid, not a single person in my house would have health care. We are low income. Our only income is my husband's SSI. We're on food stamps. We use food pantries. Okay? Without Medicaid, we would never be healthy. And for us, it's not even like body. It's all mental. For my husband, for me, and then we have a baby who needs Medicaid for vaccines, who needs Medicaid for... I already have 2 children who are diagnosed with autism. So what if she ends up getting diagnosed with autism? We need Medicaid. We need Medicaid. And if you live in America, everybody deserves free healthcare. That's it. I just love you. Have a good day.
Watch the economy getting ready to get fucked up. Watch the white people gonna start jumping out of windows, jumping off of bridges, taking hostage. They gonna go crazy because they money fucked up. Now black people, see, when our money get... We just have chicken dinners, fish fries, sell a little weed.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So when I see videos like this, I don't laugh, I don't mock. I see pain. I see people's pain, but I also see the truth finally catching up. The same system that exploited black people for centuries is now squeezing the very people who protected it. And maybe this is a wake-up call America need. Because if working class white folks and black folks ever realize they are fighting same system, not each other, that is when we'll change. begin. Guys, what is your thought in this topic? Comment below. Do not forget to like, share, and also subscribe to the channel to help the channel out. See you guys in my next video. Bye.